Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop. And it is the NBA playoffs and it's pretty dang interesting right now. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the most popular shoes by minutes worn by NBA players during the playoffs so far, right? So we've already had the most popular shoes, or I guess the most worn shoes in the NBA during the regular season, which is pretty interesting, right? I mean, most people were wearing the Kobe's, Kobe 6, Kobe 5, Kobe 4, Kobe 8s as well, which was not surprising. Kobe's are very, very popular, but now that it's playoffs, there's specific teams, right? And the specific teams are sponsored by specific, companies, you know what I mean? And so there's some shoes that were not on the list during the regular season that are in the playoffs now because, a lot more people are wearing like a specific company, you know what I mean? So, or I guess like a specific shoe, obviously, right? So this is pretty interesting. So shout out to Hoop Sneakers and also Kick Stats for these statistics. Is pretty interesting to see what's popular, you know what I mean? And if you guys do want to get any of these shoes, I'll try to leave in the free link in the description box. It does help me out if you do choose to get any of these shoes to buy from the link description or from the actual like product pictures underneath this video. So as always, thank you guys so much for all of the support. But yeah, I got a top 20, guys. I'm gonna try to go through this pretty quickly because there's a lot of shoes. Like 20 shoes is a lot. So anyways, let's get it started right off with number 20, which is the Freak 5, which is pretty interesting. So the Zoom Freak line has been very, very popular over the past, like, I guess his entire signature shoe line, right? But then, like, I feel like the 5 is not super popular, the Freak 1, the Zoom Freak 1 was very, very popular. And did you guys notice that Nike changed the name to Giannis Freak now? It used to be Zoom Freak 1, Zoom Freak 2, but now it's Giannis Freak, which is weird, But anyways, Zoom Freak 5, it's a nice performer, very, very not super cheap shoe, but it's a pretty cheap shoe, and it is on sale right now as well. But yeah, overall, very nice performer. It's just not great for the quality of the material, which obviously that has nothing to do with performance, as long as it's supportive, it conforms to your foot very well, and it's pretty minimal feeling. Not a huge issue for me personally. But yeah, Freak 5 number 20, I think that's pretty low. It has 387 minutes played in it, which is a very, very big difference from the number 1, or I guess like top 5, top 10. So there's number 20. Moving on to number 19, which is a shoe that hasn't been out, or that came out like 2 years ago, and I'm very, very sad the line isn't continuing. It's kind of like a discontinued line, but it is the Nike PG6, which is an amazing performer, and that's kind of a testament to how nice the shoe is. NBA players are still playing in the shoe after like 2 years, you know what I mean? So yeah, it is a Nike PG6 with 403 minutes played in it, and yeah, it's just a top tier performer, one of my favorite hoop shoes of all time, and also one of my favorite hoop shoes in Paul George's line, right? Amazing traction, folding to react, is super duper soft and bouncy and nice. Material is really soft. Overall support is adequate. So there is the PG6. Moving on to number 18, which is weird. We got the Nike LeBron 21 with 434 minutes. I don't know why it's so dang low on the list. I thought it would be a higher, you know what I mean? Especially since it's a LeBron shoe and it's a low top and it's a pretty dang nice performing shoe, but it is 18. But as you guys all know, like, the teams that are playing right now, you know what I mean? Especially specific people that are just mainly playing right now, they have specific shoes that they like, right? And then moving on to number 17, we got the Nike LeBron 20, which is weird because I believe during the regular season, the LeBron 20 was ranked way higher than the LeBron 21, but it's only a couple minutes higher with 440 minutes versus 434 minutes for the LeBron 21. So the LeBron 20 is slightly more popular than the 21. But it's weird because, the 21 is the newest shoe, and usually people like to play in the newest shoe, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, as you guys all know, LeBron 20 is an amazing performer, and the 20 and the 21 perform very, very similarly. It's just, I think a lot more people like the LeBron 20 better because it just looks better, you know what I mean? But there's number 17. Moving on to number 16, we got the Jordan Tatum 2 with 446 minutes played in it. And honestly, the only person that I've seen playing in this shoe is Jason Tatum. I don't think I've seen, maybe a couple other people, but I haven't really seen anyone else. So yeah, 446 minutes in the Tatum 2, which is only 6 minutes more than LeBron 20. But yeah, Jordan Tatum 2 is overall pretty dang nice performance besides the traction. The traction on dust is a pretty big disappointment. But, I mean, they're in the NBA. They're playing on pretty clean courts probably. So Yeah, the cushion with the air strobe, full-length air strobe was super nice. I do like the overall textile material, and I also do like the improved support from the Tatum 1. You know what I mean? So Tatum 2 is number 16. Moving on to number 15, we got the Converse All-Star BB Trillium CX, which is it was an okay performer. Definitely not one of my favorite hoop shoes, but you guys already know SGA is playing that. And also, rumor has it he's going to be getting a signature shoe, which I'm pretty excited about. But we only got 455 minutes in it. You know what I mean? And it's only SGA playing in it. So yeah, that's probably all him. All the minutes are probably him. So that's number 15. Moving on to number 14, we got the Zoom GT Cut 2, which is pretty interesting as well. That's a pretty old shoe. I don't like that shoe. I don't know why it's so popular in the NBA. But you know, I mean, I guess I just have different tastes. But everyone has different tastes or whatever. Traction's not the best, you know. Cushion's just way too high up off the ground, a little too much compression, too much bounce for me personally to like it, and the fit just definitely was not the best either. So but we got 469 minutes in it, which is pretty weird, you know, because like I said, it is an older shoe. The GT Cut 3 is out already. And anyways, that's number 14. Moving on to number 13, we got the Nike LeBron Next Gen. So the Next Gen is more popular than LeBron 21 and the LeBron 20, which is weird as well. And the Next Gen, I wonder if the Next Gen is counted with the Next Gen Amped. But anyways, we got 505 minutes played in it. That's also a pretty old shoe, but that's number 13. Moving on to number 12, we got the Kobe 5 with 520 minutes, which is pretty weird because I thought it's not even in the top 10. Kobe 5s like last year and a couple years ago was like number 2, number 1. You know, Kobe 5 was always super popular. I wonder why it's so low on the list now, but you guys will see why, you know what I mean? But anyways, coming in at number 11, we got the Jordan Luka 2 with 533 minutes, and that's weird because Luka isn't playing the Luka 2s. I don't think I've seen him playing the 2s. He's playing the 3s, right? So who's playing the 2s? I wonder, you know? But yeah, 533 minutes, definitely not my favorite shoe. The traction is pretty okay, but does pick up a little bit of dust, but not a huge problem in the NBA. Cushion is pretty lackluster, and it's just an overall very, very stiff shoe, especially with the material. So not my favorite, but it is very supportive, so that's a good thing about that shoe, I guess. All right, moving on to the top 10. So coming in at number 10, we got the Kobe 8. So the Kobe 8, you know, the Protros came out, and a lot of NBA players I feel like are playing in the Protros. We got 632 minutes in it. And yeah, I mean, that makes sense. The Kobe's are always popular, like I said, and they did Protro it. The 9 is going to be Protro at the end of this year, which I'm super excited about. But yeah, I honestly, I haven't really seen any crazy PEs, however. But anyways, there's that. Moving on to number 9, we got the Zoom GT Cut 3 with 644 minutes played in it. And I feel like I've seen a good amount of people playing it, like Tyrese Halliburton is playing in this shoe. And overall, it's a very, very nice shoe. I do enjoy playing it. It's a top tier performer in my personal opinion. So yeah, Zoom GT Cut 3. And also, I feel like it's way better than 2. So there's that. Moving on to number 8, we got the Jordan 38 Low with 676 minutes played in it. Which is pretty interesting as well. But I guess we do have a good amount of Jordan athletes playing in the playoffs, you know? So the Jordan 38 Low is pretty high up on the list. During the regular season, it wasn't. But since we have a lot more Jordan athletes signed, I feel like this shoe is a little bit more popular during the playoffs because, yeah, I mean, the Jordan athletes are playing. So anyways, there's that. Moving on to number 7, we got the Nike Book 1 with 717 minutes. A lot more popular than in the NBA than, I guess, a lot of people anticipated, you know? But yeah, the Book 1 looks amazing. It's overall a pretty dang good performer as well. I wonder how NBA players are dealing with the lateral containment. It wasn't a huge issue. It definitely was not a deal breaker for me personally. But there definitely was a little bit of like lateral containment issues in the forefoot because there's no actual lateral counter there, you know? And people in the NBA are way bigger, you know? So I wonder how they're dealing with that. But we got 717 minutes with the Book 1. All right, moving on to number 6, we got the Nike KD 16 with 738 minutes played in it. Yeah, I mean, KDs are always popular as well. The 16 is a pretty nice performer. The only thing I didn't like about it was the traction on dust. It definitely wasn't terrible, however, it just picked up a good amount of dust for me. And that's because I had a translucent outsole, and I heard the solid rubber outsole is a little bit better. So anyways, not a huge issue in the NBA because they're probably playing on clean courts, but the cushion's super nice, support's great, you know, overall responsive shoe as well. So that makes sense, right? And then moving on to number 5, we got the top 5, and coming in at number 5, we got the Nike Sabrina 1 with 789 minutes played in it. And yeah, I feel like a lot of NBA players love the Sabrina ones. It's an amazing looking shoe. It's a really nice performer as well. I guess like it's pretty popular because it's not like they're ever gonna play against Sabrina, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit easier to wear. You know, it's lightweight, traction is overall really nice. It does pick up a good amount of dust for me. It's easy wipe though, but obviously if you're playing on the NBA, not a huge deal, right? So Sabrina 1, very, very nice. Moving on to number 4, which surprised the hell out of me. We got the Harden Volume 8 with 796 minutes played in it. And I mean, that makes sense because I feel like I've seen a lot of people playing in the Hardens, you know? And it's very, very easy to tell, you know? It's a very, it sticks out, you know what I mean? So when I see someone playing it, I can definitely tell. But anyways, it's an amazing performer. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's heavy. It's a little bulky as well, but overall, it's a really responsive shoe. Great cushion, amazing traction. I love the knit booty as well. So that's number 4. And now moving on to number 3, we got the Kobe 4 Protro, which is weird. I wonder why the 4 is more popular than the 5 this time around, but we got 904 minutes played in, which is kind of crazy. And yeah, the Kobe 4 Protro is a very, very nice performer as well, as you guys all know. The cushion, especially in the heel, has a lot of compression. The traction is really good. Support's great. Overall, pretty lightweight shoe. And obviously it's a Kobe, so it's number 3. All right, moving on to number 2, which is pretty interesting. But we got a lot of New Balance athletes in the playoffs right now, so this makes sense. You know what I mean? In the regular season, this shoe definitely is not super popular, but during the playoffs, we got people like Jamal Murray and other people playing in the New Balance 2-way V4 with 1,184 minutes played in it, which is kind of insane. But yeah, it's a really, really underrated shoe. Amazing performer. Traction is consistent. Not the best bite, but it's consistent. And the cushion is really comfortable. Yeah, it's a little high up off the ground for me personally, but it's soft, great impact protection. It supports great. The overall material is pretty thin and supportive, you know, so I do like the overall shoe. And coming in at number 1, you guys already know, we got the Kobe 6, right? With 2,713 minutes played in it, so it's like almost 3 times, like 2 to 3 times more than number 2, which is kind of crazy. I mean, NBA players love the Kobe 6s, you know, and you know, Jalen Brunson, I see a lot of other players playing in it. We got a lot of reverse Grinches, you know. And it's a really, really nice shoe. The original Kobe 6, I haven't played in the Protros yet. I don't really want to pay resale for it, so I haven't played in it yet, which makes me super duper sad, but yeah, it makes sense. But it's kind of crazy how far like up it is. Like number 1, it just beats number 2 by that much, is kind of insane. And I feel like, do you guys think it'll switch it up? You know what I mean? Maybe in the next year or 2, it'll come down in popularity in the NBA. You guys think so? I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, for the past like couple years, it's been all Kobe's. Kobe 6 is always super duper popular. Kobe 5, Kobe 4. Kobe 8's kind of up there, but definitely isn't as popular as the 4, 5, and 6. But with the Kobe 9 Protroing at the end of this year, we'll have to see on that as well. But anyways, tell us your thoughts on the most surprising shoe. I mean, the 2-way V4 being that popular at number 2 is kind of insane. I'm pretty surprised, like, you know, we didn't see any Chinese companies at all. Like no 361. 361 has signed, you know, Jokic. They also have AG, you know, Aaron Gordon with the AG4 and stuff like that. No Way of Wade, I guess. I don't think they have any huge, or I don't think they have anyone in the playoffs right now, honestly. But then, you know, there's like Li Ning. But anyways, also the Book 1 being up there is pretty like surprising as well. So tell us what you guys think of the most popular hoop shoes in the NBA playoffs this year. Tell us your thoughts down in the comment section below. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.